animal sacrifices, yes. The truth is, the whole thing makes no sense to the modern mind. But I want to ask you a better question. Who said you're allowed to kill an animal and eat meat? Adam was not allowed to eat meat. Noah was allowed to eat meat. Why? So, well, because the animals were saved because of Noah. And so therefore, so what does that mean? If your friend helps, you can eat you for dinner? What does that mean? I don't get it. Because Noah saved them, so now, okay, I hope you're happy. I saved you, and yum, yum, you're my dinner. What does that mean? It's just bizarre. Let me explain this to you to understand this. There's a real spiritual concept of ecology. What's the concept? In Torah, you are forbidden to destroy anything. Wanton destruction is a transgression. You can't just destroy things for no reason. So now, I want to chop down a tree. Can I do it? Well, it depends. If you're chopping down a tree to make paper, to write hatred, pornography, terrible things in the world, you're not only a bad guy, but you're a tree killer too. Because you took something in the world that was for a purpose, and you didn't use it for its purpose. A human being, as the pinnacle of creation, needs to elevate everything in the world. It's to take things and elevate it and raise it up. He can chop down a tree to use it for good. If he eats an animal, he can eat the animal because he's going to take the energy of the animal and act like a human being who's doing great and righteous things. If a person eats an animal to act like an animal, don't eat animals. Who said you could kill an animal then? The guy's an animal. So why'd you eat another animal? If he's a human being and there is a progression, and he takes the energy from the animal and he now uses it to go and to do the commandments, to pray, to do righteous things, the animal is elevated by becoming part of the person. And that's the deeper reason for animal sacrifices. It's taking a living being and using it in a way that elevates you in your service to God and elevates the world. Everything in the world is supposed to be used by the human being to be part of the process. When Adam was created, it's one of the Psalms. It says, it's one of the Psalms we say on the Sabbath. He says, come, let us sing praise to our Creator. Who was he talking to? He was talking to everything in creation. But not like the people in Pita who think that if a person and animal are the same thing. God forbid. A person is the pinnacle of creation, and it does not give him the right to abuse and to destroy things that are lower in the pursuit of his own ego. That's terrible. It gives him the obligation to take everything that is in the created world and use it to serve God. And that is a little bit, I just touched on the concept of what the service is supposed to be. So the animal elevation and the elevation of all created beings is what the temple is supposed to be. You can't go and kill a person to be a sacrifice because a human being could do many things. But things in the creation could have a function. A human being has a multitude of functions. When a person takes the animal and says, wow, God, I want to give my life, I want to connect you in the highest way, and I give my life, but you can't do that because you got to stay alive to keep doing more good things. Can you take an animal and make it a vehicle for that? That's part of the depth. I get into all of the depth of what the offerings are. Not sacrifices as mistranslated by religions, because Torah is not a religion. Torah is truth, and Noahide is not a religion either. We do what God said. There's no such thing as religions. That's just made up stuff. But what we do is we say that everything's going to be elevated, and I could use things as a vehicle, and that's why in the temple there were offerings that were flour, and that were wine. Because the whole idea was for a human being to say, I am going to connect to God in the deepest way, and he gives me a path to elevate the things in the world, just like the same way when I eat. It's all about elevating everything in the creation.